Hi friends, welcome back to Dumb Movies I Like Anyway. Remember to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're so inclined, there's never been a better time to become a patron using the link below. I saw this one when it first appeared in theaters because I've always been a bit of a space nut and love a good story about space exploration. Well, it's not exactly space exploration. It's really not a space story at all, even though it takes place in space. But very early on, in an excellent move, the movie introduced its one truly outstanding feature.
2130, day 547. Unscheduled course correction due at 2200. Pre-correction check. Rotation axis plus 3 degrees. Nitrous oxide pressure 4100, rising to 5000.
Two other disembodied voices question the need for a course correction, and the first one says, "I found the reason. You need to come check this out."
What's up, Vincent?
The largest black hole I have ever encountered, Mr. Pizer.
Let's have a look at it on the holograph.
There's our redeeming feature, Vincent the Robot. If you can't enjoy him, you are much too serious a person. If you haven't seen this movie, you'll understand what I mean as we go along. When the movie came out, there was a whole TV special about making it. It used some of the earliest CGI to help create the black hole, and there were articles and what have you explaining how they did it. It was quite the phenomenon. And really, it kind of foretold much of the future of filmmaking. Several more crew members are joining them to look at this thing.
My God. Right out of Dante's Inferno.
Yes. The most destructive force in the universe, Harry. Nothing can escape it, not even light.
I had a professor who predicted that eventually black holes would devour the entire universe.
Why not? When you can see giant suns sucked in and disappear without a trace.
Okay, in order of appearance, we have Ernest Borgnine, who had achieved his immortality as Commander Quentin McHale on McHale's Navy. He was already a well-known actor by that time, and he kept on working after. When he died in 2012, he was doing voices for SpongeBob SquarePants. Yvette Mimieux was part of Disney's stable of leading ladies, and she appeared in I don't know how many movies, both in and out of the Disney orbit. Director Gary Nelson wanted to use a newcomer to the field named Sigourney Weaver, but of all the stupid reasons to miss an opportunity, somebody at Disney didn't like her name, so they rejected her and Ms. Mimieux got the call instead. You can't make this stuff up. Anthony Perkins was immortal by 1960. He made his bones forever as Norman Bates in Psycho. He went on to even greater fame, and his name in the billing was supposed to help sell the film. I'm pretty sure it did.
Give us some magnification, Vincent.
Polarizing image.
Every time I see one of those things, I expect to spot some guy in red with horns and a pitchfork.
It's a monster, all right.
A rip in the very fabric of space and time. But I picked up something else of interest.
Let's see it.
It hasn't moved since I first picked it up. It seems to be some kind of ship.
Do you copy, Alex?
Roger, Dad.
Enlarge again, Vincent, and let's try to identify it.
And by the way, if you don't recognize the distinctive voice and cadence of Roddy McDowall as Vincent, give yourself 5 demerits. Naughty on you.
United States, Space Probe 1.
That's it.
USS Cygnus. Dr. Cade, wasn't that the ship your father was on?
USS Cygnus. Its mission to discover habitable life in outer space.
Habitable life? I can understand habitable worlds, planets that support life, but what is habitable life? She says it's the same as their mission. Dr. Hans Reinhardt was the commander, a scientist who sounds like he was quite full of himself. The ship was recalled to Earth 20 years ago, but never showed up.
Reinhardt had the knack of making his own ambition seem like a matter of national pride. Why, he talked the Space Appropriations Committee into the costliest fiasco of all time and refused to admit failure. ignored his recall.
Maybe not. Maybe it never got through.
That ship just disappeared.
Maybe now they know why. It appears to be frozen near the event horizon and hasn't moved a millimeter since they picked it up. Hailing the ship gets no response, but who knows how much interference that black hole is generating. There's nothing for it, and Dan, the captain whom we have only heard so far, doesn't like it. But they'll move in closer and see what they can do.
Strap yourselves in. We'll be feeling the gravitational force right now.
Something else to appreciate is the weightlessness effects. They're convincing. Originally, the whole thing was supposed to happen in weightlessness, but I don't want to know what it took and what it cost just to do what they did. It got to be too much and they had to change some things. The gravity starts climbing and there's a chance they won't be able to pull out of it. Suddenly they're in zero gravity and drifting toward the Cygnus. The only thing they can figure is it's generating some kind of field and they're in it. Now let's get to one of my biggest gripes about these kinds of movies. Long stretches of impressive stuff that's doing nothing. The first Star Trek movie did it multiple times with the Enterprise, with V'ger, and I forget what else. This sort of thing slows the movie down. I have the same complaint about the Michael Keaton Batman movies. They were good and he was a good Batman, but he spent too much time standing around looking intimidating while the camera panned around him. It's filler. Here it's supposed to give us an idea what a monster this ship is, and it does that, but it's doing it in about the most boring way possible.
Activating the microbeam.
And now it's doing all that with a spotlight. That's certainly an improvement. Suddenly the black hole is pulling them in. Things are breaking all over the ship. Vincent has magnetized himself and gone outside to fix an air leak, but the crew can't communicate with him.
Vincent, you read me. Come in, Vincent.
Kate, either we have a malfunction here or there's too much interference on the outside. See if you can get through to Vincent with your ESP.
I got through to Vincent. He said there are old pilots and there are bold pilots, but there are very few old, bold pilots.
She can do telepathy with a robot that gives such useful information. They've got their systems fixed and they make a run for the zero gravity field. Vincent was also tethered to the hull. Emphasis on was. The tether just broke. We're just getting started with Vincent's gadgets. They've reached the zero-G field again, but so many systems are damaged they're going to have to try and find some spare parts on the Cygnus, assuming they can find a way inside. There still isn't anybody answering the phone. The place appears to be dead.
What's going on?
That's what I'd like to know.
Like a tree on Christmas morning.
Or not. Of course, it's possible those are automated systems triggered by their proximity, but they may as well hope for the best. It might have a spaceship repair shop. Did they bring any money with them?
There are people on board.
Just a shadow, Kate.
Enlarge, please. There are people, Alex. I know it. I feel it.
Docking elevator coming up.
That should make things easy. And Kate says there are people on board. If one of them is a mechanic, we're okay. Much to their surprise, the ship has artificial gravity.
Charlie, you'll stay with the Palomino.
But you need everyone that's got
Charlie.
Don't worry, Mr. Pizer. They also serve who only stand and wait.
Vincent, were you programmed to bug me?
No, sir, to educate you.
If there was a more perfect voice for Vincent, I don't know who it would have been. Only one person could do those properly formed British accent barbs justice.
Vincent!
Charlie, do you read me?
Vincent, are you all right?
Weapons destroyed by laser fire. No injuries. Hold your position.
Vincent. Are you sure you're all right?
Down, but never for the full count, Dr. Kate.
Apparently, someone frowns on visitors bearing weapons. Now that we've established the ground rules, another door opens into another big, impressive place where nothing is happening. Meanwhile, back at the Palomino, Charlie? Hello? Neither of those is Charlie. They join two others and start marching toward where Charlie is. The others have found a tram that takes them more or less the length of this thing. It carries them to an elevator, which hopefully will take them to someone they can ask for directions to the spaceship parts store.
Hello? I'm Kate McCrae. Is Officer Frank McCrae aboard?
They appear to be some sort of robot, Dr. Kate.
Is one of them a mechanic robot? How does a person get some service around here?
Identify yourself. What is your type and model?
Vegetable Slicer 5000 at your service. When you pull your head in like that, you look like a turnip, so it was an honest mistake.
This is the story to end all stories, Harry. A ship of robots and computers with this thing in charge?
Not quite, Dr. Durant. Maximilian and my robots only run this ship the way I wish it run.
I'm gonna guess Maximilian's spinning blades were creating interference, and that's why Kay couldn't sense this guy.
Now, Maximilian, calm down. Don't pick on small people. He's such a nice little robot. He's harmless. Miss McCrae, you might come closer.
Don't forget to kiss the ring. Who is this guy?
Welcome aboard the Cygnus.
Hans Reinhardt.
It can't be.
You always did have a flair for theatrical entrances, Doctor.
Dr. Reinhardt. My father. Where is he?
My dear child, I'm sorry to dash your hopes, but your father's not with us anymore. He's dead.
It's hard to know where to begin with Maximilian Schell. He was the most successful foreign-born actor of his time. Having been born in Austria, he was a firm anti-Nazi, which helped get him attention from American cinema after the war. He made his bones in Judgment at Nuremberg, for which he won the Oscar for Best Actor. It just got better for him from there, and by this time it was hard not to recognize him. Maybe it's the hair and beard, but right off the bat, he seems a little,
And the rest of the crew?
They didn't make it back?
They did not.
Pity. Was such a good crew.
His story? They encountered a meteor storm, got smashed up, and disabled. No communications, no control. They were adrift. He ordered the crew to abandon ship and head back to Earth, while he and Kay's father stayed behind. Her father died shortly after, and since then it's been him and his robot crew that he built for himself. Before long, Charlie joins them.
Thank you. Have you met the Goon Squad?
Goon Squad. Nice. I'm Hans Reinhardt. Forgive this little incident, but you were disarmed for your own safety. Dismissed. My robots are programmed to react against any act of aggression.
I assure you, none was intended.
It makes you wonder why they reacted as though they were. The last time we saw Charlie, his weapon was holstered. That's not being aggressive. And that first thing zapped the crap out of Vincent for existing. I'm not sure I fully believe Reinhardt.
I'm glad to hear that. Please, consider yourselves my guests.
We won't impose on your hospitality, Doctor. Just long enough to repair our ship.
And then we can offer you the means of returning to Earth, Doctor.
What makes you think I want to return?
He already told you he chose to stay behind when the crew left. He's developed anti-gravity, and it keeps him in this stable position as long as he wants to sit here. It appears he wants to sit here indefinitely, so fix the ship, go on your way, and let him.
Maximilian will take you to requisition whatever you need to repair your ship. In the meantime, you and Dr. McCrae will get enough information to make your mission of historic importance.
And what, pray tell, does that mean? While we're pondering, there's trouble brewing.
Back off, Vincent.
Not until he does.
When you're nose to nose with a trash compactor, you cool it.
Now, what does that remind me of? Oh, yes. David and Goliath. A classic confrontation. Only this time, David is overmatched.
He was overmatched the first time, too, remember? These two will keep dancing like this, but you get the feeling that sooner or later they'll come to a showdown.
Tell you what, Charlie. You'll take care of business here, and I'll go back to the ship and start working on that regulator. Don't bother to point the way, Max. I'll find it by myself.
This was one of Robert Forster's more notable roles. He was a steady movie actor who kept himself fed, though sometimes he had to take outside jobs to do so. He hit it big in 1997 with his role in Jackie Brown, which got him an Oscar nomination. He was a good choice for Dan, the no-nonsense, let's get going on this pilot, whose only concern is the ship and the crew and getting all of the above to point B, wherever that might be. Maximilian doesn't like him leaving, but Charlie reminds him that he's supposed to play nice and get them the parts they need.
Way to go, Max. Way to go.
Vincent, vital information necessary centralized. Labor force, the 396th. I see by your markings you're from the old 28, programmed in Houston.
All that damage? Yeah, Maximilian did it. He beats up on Bob for fun.
There is enough instant energy down there to supply all of Earth.
The first step to colonizing the galaxy.
You will be remembered as one of the greatest space scientists of all time.
I've never doubted that. It's about time that people learn about their failures and my successes.
All praise to me! It's about time people learned how great I am.
You should come back with us and enjoy the glory of that success.
I don't want to go back, and I don't enjoy successes anymore.
But you just said, dude, make up your mind. While he's talking, Harry slips away from the group. Elsewhere, Dan is checking out crew quarters and other areas that aren't his ship.
Must have made a wrong turn, Max.
Isn't he supposed to be supervising the new parts stuff?
Can you speak? Are you programmed to speak? No, I guess not. No, I guess that'd make you a little bit too real, wouldn't it? That Reinhardt sure loves to play God, doesn't he?
Dan is trying to explain what he was looking at when Max interrupted him. A bunch of those robots were gathered and they ejected something into space.
I know what I saw, Charlie.
Dan, nobody buries a robot.
I didn't say it was a robot.
Then what?
I don't know what they shot out into space, but they did it with all the reverence and honor of a human funeral.
I think he had to explain it because the visual was almost impossible to decipher while it was happening. Some of the cuts during the sequence weren't very well placed.
Maybe Reinhardt lied. Maybe there are some survivors still alive. What do you think he's up to?
I haven't got a clue.
Well, whatever it is, he seems cooperative enough about getting us operable.
A wolf remains a wolf, even if it has not eaten your sheep.
Correct, Vincent. The sooner we blast out of here, the better.
If they want further proof that that's a good idea, here they go.
Are you interested in black holes?
How can one not be overwhelmed by the deadliest force in the universe?
That long, dark tunnel to nowhere.
Or somewhere? These are exactly answers yet to be explored.
Is he saying what we think he's saying? We'll find out in part 2, so stay tuned.